All right, folks. I thought I would touch for a second on a notification that I had gotten from Yahoo today about Attorney General Jeff Sessions saying that we don't need no legalization of marijuana. Guy's got a funny accent. I can't even come close to doing it, but it is funny. It reminds me of one of those Southern fried Colonel fucking Sanders chicken guys or something, you know, down in the bayou. Anyways, am I surprised? Fuck no. Are you? That's the question. I don't know who would be surprised. If anything, I was well aware going in that this would probably be one of the least marijuana-friendly presidencies going, right? I mean, would fucking have to be. This guy thinks he's Ronald fucking Reagan. It would make sense to me that, and I believe in the news very recently ago, there was a, something, what the hell did Trump say about the legalization? Not too friendly in either case. He did something, it's hard to exactly tell where he's coming from, because he's a trickster. You know, he's got, his troll game is real good. So he says one thing, but actually means another, or kind of, you know, you're never really exactly sure exactly what he's talking about. Let's just go there. But at any rate, I was very well aware that this was probably going to be one of the least effective presidencies in the war on drugs. Personally, I don't think that the war on drugs is very successful. I mean, how long has it been going? There are many arguments out there about the benefits of just completely discontinuing this war on drugs. I mean, I have heard it said that the legalization of drugs, all drugs too, you know, whether it be heroin, cocaine, marijuana, what have you, hallucinogens, just essentially just... Now, that's a pretty touchy subject for a lot of people, because now I've just actually posted a video about, you know, my disdain for drug abuse and whatnot, even though at the same time I couldn't really give less of a fuck about what a person does to themselves or for themselves or whatever. I mean, it's kind of like everything with me. There's two sides somehow. It's weird. But it's like I can see multiple facets of a topic. Like how I think that, you know, shooting dope and, you know, just forsaking your family and your friends and your own physical well-being is pretty scumbagish. I also can see how that it's nobody's fucking business. Well. With that said, like I said, there have been many arguments made about the benefits of canceling this war on drugs, and it does make sense to me in a lot of ways. Oh, look at that. There's a gigantic dog taking a shit right on the side of the road. So, think about how many people are incarcerated for fucking nothing, really, when you think about it. Like weed, especially weed. Because weed is like the ultimate nothing. There are arguments about the, you know, the dangerousness of heroin and cocaine and, you know, methamphetamines and so on and so forth. But marijuana is arguably the least impactful substance on earth. Comparatively, in that you love it, and it doesn't really do anything to you. It doesn't do anything to you. You can't overdose on it. It doesn't kill you. At worst, you act very stupid, and you eat a lot, and yeah, so. Prisons being filled with people as a result of a fucking plant has its distaste. I just wanted to mention this because I don't know if anybody else was aware of this or is surprised even. I mean, this fucking guy, like I said, he thinks he's Ronald Reagan. Or at least he's got Ronald Reagan's cack so far up his ass that, Jesus Christ. I mean, he's showing photos of the fucking guy. Look, I shook his hand. I shook his hand once. What a great man. But Ronald Reagan, from what I remember, and I was quite the lad when Ronald Reagan was in office, but from what I've read, there will be no marijuanas. There will be no smoking of marijuana on my watch. So I don't know. I didn't come as any surprise to me. But, there's another thing about this marijuana legalization in any case. The medical benefits of it. There are a lot of arguments to be made about the medical benefits of it. I've seen a lot of things about, the epileptics, for one, and the way it calms people and so on. I mean, Jesus, man. It would seem that, in my uneducated opinion on the topic, perhaps foregoing the war, per se, for these non-violent drug offenders, and maybe focusing more on the treatment. I think that treatment is that's a viable investment, I would have to say. I mean, the same as I believe that investing in our military is a viable investment. A lot of people are up in arms about, wow, you'll spend this on it. Well, they're kind of both important, Maybe we should just try to work them both in. Because if you could get rid of locking people up at the tune of, I don't even know what it costs to lock up a dude. I mean, what is it, like $60,000 a year? More? Probably more. I mean, that's a complete business in itself. Prisons are, it's a business, man. I don't know. A lot to be said about the whole prison thing with drugs. I mean, if you simply demystify it and just turn your attention towards treating these people, man, you would have to think that would be a good thing. But then again, you lose a lot of things. You lose a lot of cop positions. You lose a lot of judges. You lose a lot of prison guards. A lot of funding there. A lot of livelihood involved in the prison system in regards to drugs. Everything comes down to money, if you think about it. Everything you do, I do, they do, everything comes down to money. If there's no money in it, it ain't happening. So apparently, locking people up for dope is the way of the day. But any thoughts on that? Anybody out there? Let's get a dialogue going about the whole drug war. I'm sure that any Tom, Dick, or Harry out there has got 10 or so things to say about that. That should be a pretty good topic. Just let me know how far off I am in the comments. And thanks for watching, by the way. And that's a wrap.